Hello, lovelies, and welcome to another edition of Hold My Coffee 2021 #WIPChat. We are continuing with part 3 of creative support. Creative support is about the non-writer part of being a writer, of supporting that creativity outside of just writing. So one of the questions is question number 8. Do you have friends, family, and acquaintances that actively and in person support your writing? Now, this is a two-part question because some people have an amazing in-person support group surrounding them, friends, family, everybody wants to read their books all the time. And other people, not so much. My middle was always reading my writing. However, I don't write in the genre that my husband reads, or the younger two read. I don't write manga. I don't, I have friends that read my books, and that's awesome. But it's also, it can be a trip line, which goes to the second part of the question. Does this make you feel better or worse about your writing? Because sometimes not having your friends and family actively involved in your writing can put a real dampener on your creativity. It can, they want to go do something and you're like, well, I was going to write today. And they're like, oh. And oh, that's so hard. It's so hard because you have this creative outlet that you want, and you feel like it's worthless and that you're not succeeding, and that, why are you putting all this effort into this thing that no one else cares about? And that's a very hard thing. But you need to tell the story. If you feel the need to write, go ahead and write. There are other supports out there. There are other groups that you can join. Just because your close circle doesn't necessarily believe in or support your writing does not mean that your words don't have value. Every word has value. Everything you write, that is an expression of you, and it deserves to be out there. So the double-sided sword of number 8 is support and finding your own support. Okay, question 9 of creative support is, do you belong to an in-person writing group, NaNo write-in group, or a book club? My friend HTP, she belongs to a group where they go and they beta read each other's chapters and book ideas and stuff. And I think that's awesome. However, we are 18 months post-pandy, and so the question is if you belong to these before, how has the pandy limited or affected your socializing with your creative posse? Do you have a group of friends that you used to go and bounce story ideas off of? Or just one friend that over lunch, this is the thing I'm thinking about writing? What is a creative support is also about, the surrounding yourself with other creative people. And so doing it in person, it was always very valuable. When you were in school, you were surrounded by a group of your peers, and that was a great thing. But now, out in the adulting world, we're faced with kind of finding our own path, and that's a little bit hard. And that leads us to question number 10. Creative support, question 10, is: support can come virtually. There are hundreds of online communities for writer. Do you feel connected to a particular online or social media writing group? Have you found your tribe? And that's a very hard thing to do, is to find your tribe. Now you can go in, write in. There are literally on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, there are writing sprints. Literally, you put in writing sprints or live write in or WIPChat or something, and it populates all of the writing groups that meet. They have discussions, they do word sprints, they talk about craft, they talk about um, publishing issues, they talk about creative block issues, world building, all different levels of pantsing, plantsing, plotting, everything you could want, you could find on here. You can catch replays of famous artists, Brandon Sanderson. I catch a lot of his stuff on to figure out things and stuff like that. And when you join these live write-ins, you can just go in the comments and chat right along with them. And it really brings a sense of social community, a sense of there are people who out there who are willing to listen to your ideas, to share the love of writing with you. This is very important for creative support, especially when you start to get bogged down in the self-doubt of my words don't matter, my writing doesn't matter. Why is this happening to me? Why am I even trying to do this? Why do I feel compelled to do this? That's the imp. All those questions, that is the imposter syndrome or the imp speaking to you. Don't listen to the imp. Your words are valuable. Being able to have other people just know your writing will boost your self-confidence so much. And another thing is a lot of times, like NaNo is coming up, 50,000 words. 50,000. 1.67K per day. It's a huge hurdle. Some people are going to make it. Many people are not. Don't feel bad if you don't make it. There are some writers, Stephen King, 2,000 to 5,000 words a day. But he does a couple thousand before he has his morning coffee. I think he's crazy. But the important thing is just keep trying. Like I said in the last video, 500 words a day, 5 days a week is 120,000 words at the end of the year. That's not a small amount. Even if you only get 100 words a day, that's still 500 words a week times 52 weeks of the year. 26,000 words. You can do this. You can do this. Your online community is here. Come and find us. We are here to support you creatively. And even if you're not writing, come and sit in on the chats. Just read the chat lines, listen to the host bicker back and forth. It will help refill your creative well. It will help give you something that writers need. We need a community. Even though many of us are off on our own, on a farm out in the middle of the Colorado prairie, we can still be part of a writer community through social media. And that's important too. That feeling of belonging, that feeling of support that you only get from your own tribe, from your creative posse. We're here for you. Last question is, Question number 11, and this goes along with the online social media. Yes, I went there. Creative support, question number 11. Every interest group comes with shade. There is always someone who has to push down everyone around them. Have you encountered someone with a disparaging opinion? Were you able to overcome the negativity or anger or drama? Did it linger or disrupt your creative process? That is something we all need to consider when we are trying to find our online tribe. Is some people show up for the show. They come to see all the flying monkeys. And some of us, we just want to be positive, sunshine. And yeah, I've even been accused of having toxic positivity. And it's a thing of, on any social media platform, who hasn't encountered someone that is all about the shade? I personally try not to let it get to me, but sometimes it does. And I just have to remind myself that there are people out there who like my stories. There are people out there who don't care that I don't have this degree, or that I don't have a literary agent, or that I'm not pursuing the trad publishing route. It's okay. You do you. Your creativity will bloom wherever you plant it. There was one time when it really disturbed my process. There was someone in a group, and she wasn't a friend. She was more like a friend adjacent, and she seemed really encouraging, but she would do these little backstabby things, and I guess it's based on her own insecurity. I don't know. I don't know her well enough to do that, but I was on the background of a stream. I hadn't interacted with the stream at all. I was just there working because I was trying to do a bunch of stuff. It was when I was doing Hold My Coffee 2021, and I had this mountain of editing doing. So I was just letting the stream run in the background. And she made some snarky comment about, well, not everyone can publish 10 books in a year and be all toxically positive about it. And there's no way that and basically implied that there was no way I could have all of the books already written and that I was just editing them. It was hard because I'm standing there. It caught my attention. I went and looked at the stream, and she's basically, it felt like she was calling me a liar to my face. It felt like my safe space with my creative tribe had been violated. And I had to step back for a bit. I had to step back for about a month. But, and a friend of mine, bless you, Charlie, reminded me very much that the proof was on my Amazon page. The proof is on my Inkitt page. And I still don't understand why it bothered me so much that this person that I don't really know criticizing me for my enthusiasm for Hold My Coffee 2021, why it got to me the way it did. But sometimes the shade is real. Sometimes it casts a shadow over all of your happiness and everything you're trying to do. And pretty much I had to step back, and I had to do positive reinforcement with myself and from my friends to get myself back on track. And that's what I did. And it's unfortunately in our very overlapped, very loud social media world, this is going to happen everywhere. And just, it's hard not to take it personal. try to get past taking it personal as quickly as you can, because it's not about you. It's about them and something going on in their lives that makes them need to do this. Thank you for tuning in and staying to listen to Creative Support Part 3. Tomorrow we will have Creative Support Part 4. And remember, it's only 3 days till NaNo, so get ready. Be blessed and have a lovely day. Have friends, family, acquaintances. Please hold. Mission goal. When you are able to say, nope, nope. I just realized I was doing the whole thing in the wrong pair of glasses.